When I first got my Rolex Submariner, I was most excited about its looks. It has the classic dive watch design, and although some are not a fan of the maxi dial, I think it was a welcomed addition in 2013. It was first introduced on the green 50th anniversary Submariner 16610LV, aka Kermit. The maxi dial has larger hour markers and hands with the goal to improve legibility. It's also often paired with the Super Case, which has a wider bezel, fatter lugs, and a more substantial look on the wrist. The combination of the maxi dial and Super Case gives the Submariner a larger appearance on the wrist and a bit more of a rectangular shape. Throughout the years wearing the Sub, it's been really surprising that it hasn't been the looks that I've enjoyed the most about the watch. The bracelet is the real star, and in a word, it's incredible. The comfort is unlike any watch I've ever owned or tried on. I'm not sure if it's the way Rolex polishes the links, the use of 904L steel being softer, or perhaps a combination of both. Either way, wearing the watch day after day, I sometimes forget it's there because of just how well it sits on the wrist. Another factor is its weight. It is a heavy bracelet, and it needs to be because of the case, and movement is even heavier. But there is an amazing balance across the watch. The Sub weighs just under 159 grams, which is quite substantial. But when wearing it, it doesn't take away from the really enjoyable experience. I suspect when Rolex was designing the watch, they took into consideration wearability, which is important. Aside from the weight and feel, what really takes the bracelet to another level is its glidelock system. Not to TMI you here, but I seem to be a victim of wrist swelling throughout the day. The summer heat definitely doesn't help, and I find myself using the micro adjust system quite often. I guess size does matter, at least with watch bracelets, because the 3mm I lengthen the watch helps a lot. Even after 10 years of abuse, the glidelock system is still just as smooth as the first day I got it. This is really one of the areas where Rolex excels: refinement. Everything is super smooth, from the links and how they move across the wrist to the way the clasp feels when opening and closing it. I never really expected to enjoy the bracelet just as much as I do, and it being the best part of the watch. Don't get me wrong though, I do love looking down at the dial, seeing the glossy black and white hour markers shine bright as if it's smiling at me. But it's all about the bracelet. What's the most comfortable watch you've worn?